Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
He said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, you know, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souk business landscape. Hello and welcome to your regular programming. This is Souk News and we are live on SBL. Hashtag in front of it, Souk business landscape. It's a beautiful Monday and there is no better way to start your week, your day than here on SBL. We talk about not just trending topics, but things that pertain to economy. How does it affect your country? Development, how are you coming up with it? The businesses that are in your country, your vicinity, your own business, how are tariffs affecting it? What about government policies? What about policies of your own company? How are they getting your businesses ahead? We'll talk Africa, Nigeria. Then we'll get to the globe. We'll ask ourselves a specific question. Which country is leading when it comes to matters that affect businesses around the world? How can we emulate? We here in Africa. It's all about talk. And we want you to be part of this particular discussion. So, hey, go to our social media handles on all platforms. SOUQNEWSTV. Follow us. We'll follow you back. Then let's talk. Today we'll get to tell you what's happening with the automotive industry. How are we importing as much as we are assembling? Who are we buying from? Is it doing us good? We'll also look at agriculture. Food security is something that is very close to us. How are we getting there? There's a whole lot to discuss, so don't go anywhere. This is where you are supposed to be. My name is Chooks, John Rogers Chooks. And with me on the table is now personified, it's not a human being. With me on the table today, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, join me on this beautiful Monday morning as I introduce to you, again, the night. Olumide, good morning.
Good morning, Chooks. Missed you. Good to have you back on this table. Good morning, Emma. And good morning, welcome to Souk Business Landscape. Let's talk business, development, and economy.
You're welcome, Olumide. Then we have one that keeps running away, but he can't run that far. Ima, you're welcome to SBL.
Thank you very much, guys. I don't know, what a very, very interesting weekend it's been. A lot of Nigerians are becoming more economical, in the quote, because as early this morning, the conversation was about the CD and the naira. Which one is more? And I was like, what is going on? Are we always going to have these arguments with Ghana? I know they are brothers. We will not say big brothers because we look like big brothers. But the argument was all through the weekend. I don't know what started the trend, but they started comparing how much your money takes you home and what it can get you and all that. And I'm like, I know how much we earn as individuals, minimum wage, compared to their minimum wage is higher. But then when you now factor in the currency itself, I was like, this is the conversation is going to be long. Perhaps we'll get to discuss it today, since we are targeting wealth creation and, of course, economic growth.
You're welcome.
I only have a lot to say, right?
We'll run a very short break, and once we return, we hit it running. Hey, don't go anywhere. It's SBL.
Take Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
He said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, you know, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souk business landscape. Welcome back. We'll get straight to the automotive industry. Nigeria imported 518 million worth of vehicles and parts from the U.S. between January and June 2025. According to U.S. Census Bureau and economic analysis data, passenger cars dominated with 379 million, that's 73%, followed by parts at 104 million, that's 20%, and truck, buses, and special purpose vehicles at 35 million, that's 7%. Imports remained steady in quarter 2 with 187 million shipped in May and June combined, suggesting Nigeria could surpass 1 billion in US vehicle import by year end at the current $86 million import monthly. The trend underscores Nigeria's dependence on fully built vehicles as local auto assembly remains small and fragmented. In contrast, South Africa imported 525 million worth of vehicles and parts in the same period, but 82% were parts, $431 million to be precise, reflecting its stronger domestic assembly industry. Nigeria car imports were over 6 times South Africa's $61 million, while its parts imports were just a quarter of South Africa's. Unlike South Africa's sharp month-to-month volatility, Nigeria's demand dipped only 3.2% from May to June, showing steady retail-driven consumption. Rising inflation and naira depreciation had caused a 14.3% drop in passenger car import in 2024, but demand remains robust, with finished cars still dominating the market. Trucks and buses, though a small segment, remains vital for Nigeria's logistics and construction sectors. Gentlemen, we are back on this table. Now we have Innocent IVM, we have Nord, we have Dangote, Peugeot, we have CI, that's the GAC, Guangzhou Automotive Corporation. Thanks with Lagos State. We have Dangote, Sinotrucks. We have, the list is not endless. We have Stallion, we have Coscharis, we have Jet, then we have Phoenix.
You even remember a lot that we have.
That's one of the ones we had Peugeot.
Dangote brought Peugeot.
Peugeot back, yes.
Now, these are the major car assembly plants we have in Nigeria. But looking at our imports, majorly from the US, we've not added that coming from China. We've not added that coming from Japan.
Yes,
we've not
just
added that coming from Korea. Brand new cars. How are these particular assembly plants, manufacturers, going to thrive if we import this much finished product from outside this country?
I'll just jump in.
Yeah, let's start with the one that came from Ghana recently.
Because the truth of the matter is, okay, it depends on where you're looking at it from. Fine, some people might just focus on the job losses, right? But, I mean, like I said, just focus on the wealth creation. It provides us an opportunity. It's good you see where a problem is, right? Because they will tell you, once a problem at least shared is half solved. We've seen that this is what it is. If we just take, even if it's a fragment or a fraction or a percentage of what we use in importation, and these are new, well, not necessarily all new cars, right? But if we take that percentage and focus on our own, let's say we have a full-grown, because all the ones Chooks mentioned were private businesses. Let's now have an automotive Nigerian own.
But these are all Nigerian brands.
I mean like something that you can, I guess, are private businesses. And look, at the end of the day, people can say government should not necessarily be into.
But even the ones who are importing too are all private businesses too. They are not government.
So imagine that number done by us in addition to what we already have. Because I saw the argument where people were like, oh, the recent FOB for clearance of goods to come inside, like 4%, I think customs just started, and everybody's complaining. In fact, everybody was just looking at the cost of cars. Like, you cannot buy brand new cars anymore. And I'm like, not necessarily. It's cars that you import that will have that duty on it. If it is here, you can still use your local currency to buy. I don't think anybody who is importing a car, and for example, just give an example, 2 million naira to import a car. And then, because of the new rates, they increased to 3 million at the customs. You will now say, oh, let me now increase a car that is done here back to 3 million. No, if the cost of production is the same, the tax is not even on it, you might as well just buy. Perhaps it's going to get many of us to focus on buying locally, right? New cars locally, local brands. If it's effective, if it fits our climate, it helps our economy to grow. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's a likeness that we have for foreign goods. Perhaps if we can quench that thirst with, okay, we can now see more of our leaders, I will not say government people, our leaders now patronize more of the Nigerian-made goods, right? Perhaps it will change and shift our taste bud to more of locals and then bring down, because that's a lot of money that we're pushing to bring.
Let me jump in here.
Okay.
I want to come...
Before you jump in, look at the disparity. Now, South Africa imports more parts than finished cars, which means they are importing more parts for their assembly plants to produce. Whereas on this other side, it's different. Now, as government, let's play the advocate that, okay, now you are government. Knowing fully well that government is the major consumer of this finished product. What will you do differently?
Well, actually, there's a plan, there's a policy, the National Automotive Development Plan,
Definitely,
which was supposed to, encourage. Is on paper. They were supposed to encourage local assembly and production of cars. Then they also raised tariffs for imported cars up to 70% and gave local manufacturers tax holidays, thereby creating jobs and the rest of them. But I'm looking at the consumer. Now, there are certain reasons why people go for certain cars.
Before you talk about the consumer, talk about the major consumer of finished product, which happens to be the government.
Yes, that's where I'm coming to. I'm coming there.
Okay.
Most people go for certain cars because of it is cost effective. You know the cars we are talking about, the one from China or Japan. People go for those kind of cars because it is cost effective. And if you're looking at the durability, people go for the German name and all that. So let's hold that on there.
Okay.
Government, especially our legislators, when they want to patronize or get cars for their whatever procurement.
It's cycle, it happens.
Now, part of that National Automotive Development Plan was to mandate the procurement of locally made cars by federal agencies.
On paper.
On paper. So are they doing that? There's already a policy. It's just, are they adhering to that? So you're asking me what am I supposed to... It's already there what they're supposed to do.
So why are you not doing it?
I think it's for us to keep our eyes on it.
No,
right?
why is he not doing it?
Who is him? How?
I'm just telling you.
You are playing government now, so dear government.
Oh, okay, you're acting it out.
So I think it has to do with the Federal Procurement Bureau. I'm trying to remember the particular name.
BP.
Yes.
Bureau of Public
Procurement.
Yes.
We already have Buy Nigeria or Niger First.
Yes.
So with these two policies, that's good enough. If people see that government are acquiring these cars, they would also in turn start to say, okay, and if these cars come in affordable, then again, why not let's have...
Which cars come in affordable? Be specific.
Locally made.
Okay, locally made is still not as expensive as when you're bringing it.
Yes, but then again, Ima asked the question, how many people are actually buying brand new cars?
Okay.
Now we have brand new cars, we have Tokumbo, first grade.
On this particular table right
Yes.
now, for this particular statistics,
we're talking about
brand new cars.
So,
all these figures you're seeing are for brand
new cars.
Yes.
And let's ask ourselves the germane question: how many average citizens, except maybe the elite, actually buy brand new cars?
Okay. Now let's get to that particular divide you're heading to. Now, outside this country, we have car financing. It's part of what you get
Yes.
when you are gainfully employed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can, once your employer tells you, okay, you have a regular slip, you can walk into a financial house.
That's where I was coming to.
Get car financing. Why don't we have that around?
We can partner with these local car manufacturers to have these car finances. Companies can partner with them, thereby making it easy. Spread it out 1 year, 2 years.
Some go beyond 7 years.
Well, for federal
the interesting part of it is
7 years might not.
The interesting part of it is when you consider the value chain in car production, you would see that we are lacking so much because we just do finished products. The value chain is enormous. You can even toss this one into it. Like something like mortgage for houses. You now have car financing. Imagine if somebody who has worked in a place for 20 years, he can't even afford a car. He doesn't necessarily need to go and buy a brand new car. But he should be in 20 years own a car. You see somebody who has just worked in a year in some part of some countries, they don't mention this, we're going to compare it. Some countries, once you work to certain months and perhaps a year, these are the things that are part of your entitlement because they want you to work well. They don't want you to be stressed. They want you to be more productive. So certain problems that you will think of will be taken away from. For example, transportation to work. It should be eliminated. It shouldn't be something you bother about, right? Some of them do that. Some people give you crash so that your wife doesn't necessarily have to think of a nanny. She bring the child to the office, they put the child there. It's the same thing with the car financing. I work in a company, I pay my taxes. A car manufacturing company can say, okay, part of the services I would do is come to you. You don't need to let the company come to them. You go to these people and say, okay, these are the services we can offer, not just to repair the car or give you this. Add value to it. That was why when the president pushed the customs, I keep going back to the FOD thing, is people that were complaining the most, because I was on social media, most that were complaining, cars are now going to be so expensive. And I'm like, why are you people always about these foreign cars? What is a car? Essentially, it is now beyond moving it from point A to point B. It is now something of prestige.
Yes, luxury.
I want to buy a Rolls Royce or a Cadillac.
Whoever wants to buy a Rolls Royce should pay for the Rolls Royce.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you a question. Why did Peugeot become so prominent back in the days? Remember, it was government vehicle.
Oh, yes.
Because government made it mandatory for government
officials, yes,
organizations to use it. And the assembly plant was right here in Nigeria, Lagos and Kaduna.
That means you created jobs.
And the jobs were there.
People will repair the cars. Then people will now learn how to fix the cars.
Let's also now look at, now we import a whole lot of parts for the assembly. What about some other things that we can make that we don't need to import that will be part of the production plant? Rubber for your fenders.
Oh, God.
Glass.
The value chain is
it's still in paper.
It's on paper in that particular policy.
Yes.
To what extent is the government pushing to make sure that these things don't get imported as part of the part?
It's still on that paper. They were supposed, the National Automotive, they were supposed to partner with research institutes, universities, to actually create some of these parts. It's all there.
Let's come back.
It's quite mind-boggling.
Dear government, why are you still allowing people to import?
This is what
traffic
wipers,
wipers, brake pads,
the electronic parts of the car. Because somebody can.
Why?
I really don't
taste.
And so when I now look at this new introduction of EV, I hope it actually works.
Some of them are starting coming out now. I've seen the American brands coming out. Solar cars, electric cars, and everything.
Not made here.
The point is partnership to assemble them here.
So let's assume, let me play the government advocate, not devil's advocate. Now let's assume that the trips that our president takes all the time is part of the conversation. Because if you go to places like Japan and China, Asia, most of them do electric cars now. There was one I went to visit the man. He invited us
Japan?
to come. Don't worry. It was somewhere here in BI, and the man has an office there. He does electric cars. I was fortunate to even drive it. And then I asked, he said he had a partnership with China, right? Now, what he does is they do the whole thing there and then he just ships it down here, finished product, and then he starts to sell. But one thing he has done to add value to the chain is he now has the plant where they charge the cars here. They now do after-sales service as well. But you see, that is job creation in one way, in addition to the service that he renders. But the major one, just like Chooks was saying, is things like rubber, leather, electricity, wires, most of the things that you can actually get from here. But maybe it does not fit that. It just takes, I think, a bit of ingenuity to be able to see opportunities where there is. Lagos State just launched their leather hub in Mushin, I think on Saturday, right? Imagine cars with leather seats.
And everybody patronizing them.
You
coming up with a policy, do not import this.
It's just for you to see the opportunities where they aren't. I'll just say, okay, I'm going there to learn. They just said it's a leather hub, right? But they didn't say shoes, limit yourself to shoes or belts. Perhaps I now say, okay, fine. All I'm going to be doing with my own leather experience is to be doing car seats.
Interior.
You don't tell me that if by the time you start, it's a Lagos State project. By the time you start it, perhaps nobody is even thinking about it. And then you start it. And the Lagos State, okay, fine. This person already does it. Can we market this guy to other states? other states now replicate that. That is people thinking outside the box, right? The opportunities are there. Our steel company does, the president just passed another that he wants to revive the Ajaokuta steel again, and that name has been like, since primary school I've been hearing that they'll keep reviving it. I don't know what they keep reviving, maybe it's in coma, but they try to still revive it. Imagine steel company, we have it. So you can even do your own copper. Like literally anything to use to do a car, we have it. So we choose to now even import those ones. Like I said, the value chain is what we are not even seeing. The opportunity is there. Can give us more money that you will not even think of. That thing, there was one young boy, I can't remember his name, somewhere in the southeast. He designed a vehicle that runs on water. Water.
Nobody will let that survive.
I don't know why that always happens. Okay. Another one designed
bad for business.
It is weird because when you hear these things, you'll be like, how come? That means what I'm essentially telling you is we have even the mind to think these things. It's just the opportunities to translate it to maybe bigger hubs or bigger corporations. Young boy designed a jet plane. These ones that you can, it's drone kind of plane that you can remotely control. Very small. That means we're already doing these things here. So that figure that you see that we are using to import for just one country, now multiply that. Let's just say the same. Multiply that across other countries that we also import cars from. That means our money is just going away and it will affect Forex.
You know, we're not even talking about CNG vehicles.
Okay, now for CNG vehicles, there is another manufacturing plant, an assembling plant here that is coming up with CNG vehicles.
How many CNG stations do we have?
That is a whole lot of a different discussion. Completely
and
different.
CNG was supposed to be the alternative or a better.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be. It's our future. It's what we are stepping into. That's supposed to power the economy more than crude.
Yes.
That's the plan. Okay, now let's look at 36 states of the federation. We have 774 local governments.
Yes.
And we have government offices, organizations, MDAs, all within these spaces. We have government officials. If the president decides tomorrow and say, okay, people, nobody is importing anything outside. We, all of us, are going to use innocent or not. It will change a whole lot.
Yes.
He has said that.
That was
Why can't you?
So I think that what we on this side, the fourth estate of the realm, is to keep our eyes out there. When we see them flout that rule, we flag it. That is the only way. The question now becomes, okay, when we flag it, what happens? But at least people now know that there's a rule, I would say a law. There's a rule now that says everybody must patronize from home. Now, I'm not called out.
Not everybody. They should start patronizing.
I mean, where is everybody? Starting from the top, right? Isn't it? So when we now say, okay, this man from this department or agency or government bought new cars. Against this, by the time you announce it the first time, announce it the second time, the public now knows. The president will probably have to now react and say, excuse me, if I put this law and you did not probably do anything to this person, what next? Because the law did not say, or whatever it is, rule did not say what the consequences would be when you flout it. So when we call it out, perhaps, we'll now see what the actions will now be.
One of the steps we can do is, okay, we have 2026 budget coming up. There's going to be some procurement. What is the BPE or what are they going to do? So by now or towards the year end or whenever the budget is bidding, let's have Innosuns and the rest of them come. We already know the amount, each department, agencies know already the amount of cars they need. Let's take it from there. Procure the cars. So that way you cut corruption, you cut someone, because, excuse me, this man, what's his name? Koschari's, I'm trying to remember his name.
Maduka.
He had an interview, a very powerful one, and he said that part of the reason why some of these legislators, his allegation, don't come to him is because they try to use his company to launder money. So they come and say, okay, this car cost 100 million, but you on paper, you will put it that it costs 300 million. And he said, I can't do that. So most of them do not. They go to other people who might be willing. So I think if we are able to procure these cars right from the procurement bureau, we cut away all this corruption. We cut away all this.
Spending public money we should also be carried along, or also have a say in telling you how you spend our money. We can come and say, hey, people, let's come together and agree. If you're spending our money, you can't spend our money buying foreign cars.
True.
If you want to buy foreign cars, use your personal money and go and buy foreign cars.
It's just for us to keep our eyes on it.
It's not
Right, the next
we
thing-
as a people, we can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Keep our eyes on it. The next time they purchase cars, we will know where it is from. You cannot. Cars is not air. It will be seen. We will know where the car is coming. By the time, unless you want to bring a car and change the brand to a local one, right? Bring a new car, which is a finished product, by the way. Where will now car cost the job losses that just one car has brought in, and anybody that flouts it? Then we can now know how to propose, right, a punishment for somebody who flouts that rule. You bring in, for example, a car from Germany, and then it costs $30 million, right? And they will now tell you, if you had taken that $30 million to buy a Nigerian-made car, or at least assembled car, as it were, and they will now remove it, will now tell you, okay, this is the X amount of money. You have also put pressure on our naira and our forex, for example.
Yes.
Okay, the next salary or exercise will give you a punishment. We'll propose it. We'll write articles.
But if you propose that punishment, the people who would get that punishment are the people who might not necessarily be involved.
You know why
Do
you know why those who have the money, when I say they have the money, is the Nigerians. Do you know why we don't always say or complain or maybe riot? I would say riot like that. I mean like revolt rather. The best word is we don't understand certain things. By the time I tell you, oh, this man has imported 10 cars, 10 cars, okay, fine. But by the time I tell you how much jobs that 10 cars that I imported has removed from somebody's mouth, or people that had lost opportunities because of just that simple, it do not go beyond, I just imported 10 cars.
But
right?
Okay.
I tell you how much you have removed from people's table that they could have eaten. How much minimum wage could have gone out from just that thing. Then you understand, people will now tell you, no, so it is now beyond just you importing 10 cars. That is why we should look at things beyond just the surface of the news. We will just keep looking at it. The next budget they will bring, like you said,
yes,
they will put procurement of new cars, because essentially it's almost every year. No problem. We don't have it's a budget. Budget just gives you what we anticipate to do. Put it there. By the time you want to buy, we will now see what you want to buy. When you will now buy it, we will now calculate the cost, because obviously exchange rate will probably even still be different.
Yes.
We will now still tell you, oh yeah, why did you choose this as against what the president had said? If you give me a good reason, I will now tell you why you shouldn't have done that, because it has removed jobs, food from people's table. By the time people know this is my money you are spending, I'm paying tax. Why should I continue to pay tax? Everybody's complaining now, they're increasing taxes. That means you're spending my money. So before you go and spend, you will now realize, oh, people are watching you. We are keeping our eyes on the box. So no problem. Anything that has been happening from whatever 1960 till now, we are changing the dynamics. Now, the laws are now there. Just like the automotive bill that you said, it's now there. We are now waiting for the next budget. Let it come.
But Chooks, I'm also looking at instead of outright ban of imported cars, because
no, you can't ban imported cars.
No, people say
for government, outright ban.
Because the car dealers too, you are taking food out of their table.
For
That's what
government,
you saying is for government, because they are the ones holding our money.
if you are spending public money,
Yeah.
you can't go buy imported cars.
Okay.
As a private citizen, you can do that.
You can
You
do that.
buy whatever you want to buy. But if you are spending public money,
Money.
you can't buy imported.
As I said, I'm watching for the budget. It's the budget that we're going to be looking at.
I'm looking at the significant. Would that make a significant difference compared to the population? That
Yeah,
actually,
definitely. Government buys more cars than any.
You
than
think
the
we
tell-
civilians,
than the tell-
buy private cars because we want to? By the
Government
time
buys
you
cars
can't keep it to your house.
every year.
every year.
Both
Yes.
state governments, local governments, and the federal government. Every year.
And when we are saying government, let's always be clear. It's not just federal government, though. Because
State,
everybody
local
has to now
government,
look at their
and
states.
all of
Their
them.
local governments. Because the one in my own area now just give out new cars. But I'll have that conversation later. Yeah, because I keep my eyes on it. You just give out cars now to the religious this thing.
And I'm sure those cars are not made in Nigeria.
He made sure he gave it to Christian, Muslim, and traditional worshippers. Yes.
Made in Nigerian cars?
I would rather not say.
Okay. We are still here, and we are looking forward to having an economy that is not just thriving, but for everyone involved in car manufacturing, assembly, they should be able to say, okay, beat our chest that patronage is coming. Then we're also looking at financing. It mustn't be cash and carry. Outside this country, people have gone past that era a long time ago. There should be financing for assets like this, if we call them assets, even if they are perishable. Oh, let's go to the next story. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, and 5 other upstream gas firms have signed a 20-year gas supply agreement with Nigerian Limited, that's LNG, liquefied natural gas, to deliver 1.29 billion standard cubic feet of gas daily with an option for extension. The deal signed in Abuja involved SNEPCO, Sunlink High, TEPEGN, AMNI, JV IMA, NNPCL, First E&P JV, and SNG NGML, Oando NNPC E&P, and TEPNG JV Ubeta, and will be scaled up over time. NNG said the agreements are aimed at resolving long-standing supply shortage. Put that in mind. Long-standing supply shortage caused by pipeline vandalism and boosting its capacity to meet export and domestic commitments under the federal government's decade of gas agenda. NLNG Managing Director Philip Nshebila described the agreement as a turning point for reliable gas supply, while NNPC Group CEO Bayo Ojulari hailed them as critical to Nigeria's energy transition and economic growth. Both executives credited President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's orders on gas development and business reform for creating an enabling environment. Okay, gentlemen, we are back on this gas issue all over again.
Yes.
Now we have well over, give and take, over 22 power plants connected to the national grid.
Yes.
We have well over 72, both gas, thermal, solar plants, those that are still coming up right now. And we have this major issue, ability to get gas to these particular places. Now we're not talking about transmission, we're not talking about distribution, but we want power generations to work. And the major issue, aside what comes after they can work, is getting gas to these stations.
Supply.
Yeah,
Supply of gas to these stations. Now let's talk about this before now talk about LPG. Okay.
I think one of the major things we've not been able or been struggling with is theft and vandalism of some of these pipelines, and it's quite sad that instead of us trying to solve that problem, we're going ahead to sweep it under the carpet and look for another thing. Yes, it's a 20-year deal, right? It's a good one. I hope to see it reflect, because I bought gas last week.
So last week?
Yes, I bought it from a filling station.
Yeah.
14,400 for 12.
That's gone back up again.
No, it's gone down, because the last time we discussed with Swift said she bought hers for 16 or thereabout, but I bought mine 14,400 for 12.5 kg.
Now I'm feeling bad.
I'm so sorry, because last time I bought it was 12,000. It was 1,000 naira, so it was like 12,000.
How long ago was that?
So like 2 months ago. So that's why I said it's gone back up. So I'm sorry, because I didn't buy it the last time. Right, when they just asked me in the house, I just give them 15k. Okay, use whatever it is to. I didn't even ask how much eventually, because I knew 15k was good.
So
that's gone up to 14.
This is a filling station, not the roadside. If
Yeah,
you
it's
talk about the
more- yeah.
roadside, it's more expensive. So that's why a lot of people go to the filling station, because they will get the actual weight, the actual amount, the quantity. It's there, you will see it reading. But if you go to the roadside, all it is, they just carry it and they use a tipped scale to measure it, and what they give you is what you believe that you have bought. So I feel that, yes, this should, a 20-year plan is a good one. I'm looking at government continuum. Hopefully, this will run in good faith that whatever administration comes in, it will still run smoothly. I'm looking at how the implementation will be. There has to be strict implementation. And still that problem of theft, poor infrastructure, and vandalism has to be solved, because whether we're getting it from China, Europe, or Russia, or anywhere, we still have that underlying problem.
Underlying problem of vandalism and theft. Are you going to bring in poverty of the mind or poverty of the pocket into this issue of vandalism and theft?
I think it's politics, but I won't go to go there. Yes.
Okay.
Because we know what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We know what we are. If the government wants to catch a thief in less than 1 hour, they can do it.
So if they're not doing it, what are you saying? The government is involved?
No, I'm not saying government is involved. I'm saying lack of implementation.
Don't move on in his mouth. I don't want to try to Anyway, this was angle I was coming from. So we appreciate the deal, right? Okay. And in 20 years, nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yes.
Right? But they signed the deal. Hopefully, it's like a future plan.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely.
That this would happen. Barring any last minute contingency or change or whatever. There will be another COVID that will lock us down. The point is...
COVID or no COVID, we need gas to
I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, barring everything, you sign it for 20 years. What are the opportunities that are there? We'll now have cheaper gas, with coming down.
Are you sure you have cheaper gas?
I mean, when there's supply...
It's important.
It's just basic economics. When there's more supply, you understand, it matches demand, price will naturally fall. I said naturally.
Okay.
Most of the times, we always know how to defy economics.
Okay. Can we leave a lot of those economics that are taught in schools and all those professors hanging in those
parameters? We have a peculiarity here.
They have failed. Let's that be the first thing we put on the table. Every of the economics theories have been propounded in this country. They have failed.
I don't know why.
Good.
Maybe it's
so now let's talk about buying and selling economics that we know and leave the white man's economics alone.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the LPG that we use is imported. We are looking at ability to explore and use domestically.
Yes.
Now, the government thinks NNPC and his adjoining brothers company are still the major gas pipeline
people that we have, essentially.
Yes. They are the ones that are constructing, building, and managing right now. Do you see this being very fruitful?
Yes. I'm always optimistic, so the accent like that. So, because we have seen that it can be done, right? It can be done. Because when you put it on paper, it's like a template. It can be done. You draw up the skeleton. As I said, buying out anything. So if you read it, read the documents and everything, you will see it can be done. The next question you're asking is, would it be done? That's where it now comes back to the human part of it. If we are all saying, oh, we want things to be better, we have to put in... The doctor was saying one time, he says, the change has to begin with the mind. If we all agree and say, we want this to work, it can work. That's why I'm going to start with the optimistic part of it. Where I was going to come from in the whole thing is, I hear NLNG, so I'm thinking it's just one kind of gas. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we know there are different kinds of gas.
All kinds of gas.
And we still flare a lot.
Yes.
We still flare a lot. Now, the likes of the CNG that we were talking about the last time was supposed to help us take some kind of gas and use it. It's for us to now see the different uses. It's unfortunate that we have ideas, but sometimes it's bringing these ideas to fruition that is always the problem. Somebody thought about CNG. It took a long time, because the CNG conversion didn't start today. It took a long time before we started seeing it being used. I saw a small, we call it Korope, a small bus that had this stage. So it has, if Korope is using it, that means it has come down to literally the commonest of persons.
Now, the question I will ask you again, for that particular Korope that is using it, where is he going to buy the CNG from?
How safe it is?
No, it's
safe.
I saw one Korope, it was under the seat.
Yes. Yes.
Now, for those that are installing, these are not issues we need to start addressing.
So you go to professionals.
Exactly.
They exist. Exactly. They may not. The thing is, if you create more, you are creating more jobs. If more people are now using CNG, you are brought down. You are going to see the price of petrol maybe crash. Maybe
the price of petrol will only crash when there is competition in those refining.
Thank you.
Okay, so if more of us use petrol for perhaps our generators, and then maybe small businesses.
Should we be using generators in the first place?
You're not going to think conversion everywhere, but it's but let's stick to gas. Now, why we got that is if more of us start to use gas alternatives.
Okay.
Because why I remember, I don't know whether it is being explored. If you're familiar with this landfill at what's this place called again? No?
Ojota.
That's 7 upside. Yeah, Ojota. There's a name for it. It has one old name. I don't know why it's not Uroshoki. I don't know why I keep missing my name. Oregon side. They said the number of methane gas that is under there, just one landfill can give you enough methane gas on a daily basis that you use as alternative to your gas in the house. Whether they are not tapped, I don't know. But if that exists, it shows that, like I said, when we say gas flaring, it's not only those ones you see from pipelines that are going on. That's literally one of the easiest gas you can get. And people can use in the houses. Imagine you have that alternative. As I said, it's the alternatives that we need to see. What kind of gas did these people sign for? It's just one. NLNG is the liquefied natural gas. The other gas, can we see? I'm going to use that. Let me come down to normal so people will hear us. The normal gas,
the one used for cooking?
The one used in cooking. The gas can be used for cooking. It's probably done well. You understand?
For gases coming from landfills, minefields, you still need a bit of processing.
Yes.
You have created jobs.
Yes.
I'm seeing it from the job part. Because if you do that, train people can tap it. You have created jobs. You have created more hubs. Landfill is everywhere.
It's not everywhere. Don't make it look like Nigeria.
That's not what I mean. Is it true? What I mean is, everywhere it exists. Because I know there's one in the Ekpe site.
Okay.
I think I'm going to open
just before you get to the bridge.
Literally anywhere you can have a dump site is a potential for you to be able to generate methane gas. You can say that you cannot leave the LNG people to use it for other things, businesses, industries.
You're going too far. Wherever you have a septic tank, you can get methane gas there. So every home can also get methane.
Your septic tank. Even though some people use it for other...
Okay, now let's get straight. Let's look at it from another angle. If we are saying this is signed in high quarters up there, but now let's come down. At the end of the day, we will need to transition. We're also looking at the normal average person. How affordable is this gas going to be at the end of the day if NNPCL and the sister companies are able to now push this gas from production or from import and pipeline it to wherever across the country? Affordability.
You know, in advanced countries, all you have to do is you pay for power, gas, and everything in a month, and you get that supply for a month. We will get there. We will get there. We will stop using gas cylinders, and we will just have it.
Turn on, like just turn on your
gas, and
will you be able to pay?
If it's affordable.
Affordability, yes?
Yes, if it's affordable, even, not to digress, even the data that we're complaining is cheaper over there. It's cheaper over there. It's mind-boggling when you hear people use 10 gig for a month, and I'm like, 10 gig? How is that possible? But it's actually doable in Nigeria if we actually put our mind to it. This 20-year plan is supposed to be good, but how, I never thought kerosene would be expensive, because kerosene used to be the go-to.
For everybody.
For everybody. Now, charcoal is coming in.
At that point in time, we were refining kerosene in this country.
So we're no longer refining. Good one.
We are refining just a little now.
Just a little. Now, people are pushing charcoal because we have this beautiful looking
this is what they do now, yes,
which is affordable. When you a bag of charcoal, maybe like 200 to 500, and it can last you a month.
So while we are pushing charcoal, we are losing the forest.
Exactly. So
now, we have to realize this thing. Nigerians, because of our state of things, we are always looking for cheaper things, cheaper ways of doing things, alternatives. So if gas, we even need to do an analysis of how many homes are actually using gas. Because out of 10 people, if you count 10 people, how many families, out of 10 families are actually using gas? You'd be surprised, it might be less than half. So how affordable it is. Now we have the small 2 kg gas that people now use, which is quite...
The camp gas.
But for a family of 2, that is the father, mother, and a child, you know that cooking is going to be more than 3 times. 3 times for the children, morning, afternoon, and night. For the children, we're not talking of the father and the mother. So the cooking is going to maybe like 5 times a day. And with that kind of cooking, it consumes a whole lot of gas.
They want to try hot plates.
No, we're not
who's
even
going
As an alternative, we're looking for alternatives.
In signing this deal, it's supposed to make it affordable. And the only way it can be affordable is there's major competition. If there are competitions.
Alternatives. Just make
different people producing.
I mean, at some point, there is sawdust. Don't mind me bringing that example. I'm saying people will always create ways to do these things, right? But I'm saying if people can really, I don't know. When I say people, I can't be even if I have the idea, I can't be the person to pass it on. Methane gas is just one example. There might be other gases that we flare. When they say
there are several biofuels
that are just wasting it. Just like when you said kerosene, it took my mind to this thing is actually aviation fuel. It was not even meant for us to be using as homemade. It was just a bio derivative of crude oil. We were not meant. It's like even this pomade that we use. It's a derivative of crude oil. Most of all these things were not even meant for us to be using.
No, petroleum jelly is good for you.
I know.
Good.
I don't use this thing.
Okay.
My point
is,
is,
we normal people, we use petroleum.
It's good for our skin.
We use petroleum.
But my point is, when we see these derivatives from this same crude oil that we have, right, and then you see that you can actually get more alternatives to just even this. We will not let them sign whatever they want to sign. It will help manufacturing companies.
Great
But
jobs.
here, let's get alternatives that are cheaper and simpler. That's why I won't even take kerosene. Kerosene should be for aviation. When you say, how many of us drive or use the aeroplane? It's just a small portion of us. That is where it's meant to be. Not for we to be using to cook in the house.
Okay.
Not charcoal to cause deforestation. Let's look for the ones that are easy to tap in, which is the methane gas.
Okay. Why you are pushing and advocating for methane gas? Let's also have this at the back of our minds that the gas plants must work, because if we are looking for economic development, industrialization is directly proportional to the amount of power we generate. If we now start talking about distribution.
Oh, yes.
So hey, let's keep this up, and to everyone that was part of that signage, congratulations. There's a whole lot of money involved.
Yes, so,
and we are also looking out to make sure that this...
It's not our pockets.
In what?
It's not our pockets.
Okay. Yes, so we want a very short break, and when we return, Souk Business Landscape will be back on your face. Don't go anywhere.
Take Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souk Business Landscape.
Interest in Nigeria's lithium reserves comes as countries worldwide scramble to secure supplies of the mineral which is essential for powering the green energy revolution. In this special report by Bayo Olaoye, the need to harness this resource for growth and development is examined with the evolution of electric vehicles and renewable energy storage systems. Lithium is a key component in the production of batteries for electric vehicles and renewable energy storage systems, and Nigeria is positioning itself to become a major player in the global lithium market. Nigeria's vast lithium reserves, valued over $34 billion, is no doubt attracting world attention, while lithium factories are springing up in different parts of Nigeria already. The attention of the international mining industry is also focused on lithium because it is critical raw material for the production of solar panels and electric vehicles. Analysts predict that global lithium market could grow robustly over the next decade, driven by the rapid adoption of electric vehicles and renewable energy technologies. Data from a global future market insight showed that the lithium mining industry has emerged as a cornerstone of the clean energy transition, driven by the skyrocketing demand for lithium-ion batteries. The surge in lithium demand is driven largely by the electric vehicles market, which accounted for over 70% of the global lithium consumption in 2024, according to an Iranian-based research firm. With countries such as the United States, China, and members of the European Union pushing for next zero emission by mid-century, lithium demand is expected to escalate further. The federal government, indeed, the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, should intensify efforts geared at renewing and resuscitating the viable lithium industry in the country to its full potential. As Nigeria diversifies its economy into other sectors, the lithium industry offers hope and expectation that this sector would earn more revenue for the country. Nigeria should not just watch with folded arms, but must strive with the political will to develop and strengthen the country's vast lithium reserves.
To first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, you know, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souk Business Landscape. Welcome back. This is still SBL, Souk Business Landscape. Remember, you can go on all social media platforms and follow us. Just look for Souk News TV. And we will be live with you. Yes, to our next story, Nigeria's National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, has secured $2 billion in investment commitment, mark and in quote, investment commitment, and developed 40 market-ready products within a year of President Bola Tinubu's administration. Executive Vice Chairman Khalil Halilu disclosed this during Tinubu's meeting with Nigerians in Japan at the Tokyo International Conference on African Development. He said the president's accelerated technology transfer program has drawn over 1,000 applicants from global firms through a stream online platform. Halilu noted that NASENI has evolved from a research-focused agency into an implementation body, signing a nanotechnology deal with a Japanese company to establish 4 factories in Nigeria. He also cited ongoing projects such as a 40-hectare renewable industrial park and an electric vehicle assembly plant. According to him, the administration's policies have opened doors for diasporans, for foreign investors, with NASENI assuring full support to boost industrialization, technology transfer, and job creation. Okay, gentlemen, NASENI, this is where I'm looking at. Why commitment? Why Why commitment?
Yeah.
Why commitment? Now we've seen this happen a lot of times. Do you think they should come up and tell us about the commitment until they are done? Okay, company XYZ are bringing in $2 billion. They are bringing it in May 2025, or they have brought 10% of this. We get to see a lot of this kind of things, and over time it just fizzles out. Why is this making the news?
So I won't have a problem with the commitment, right?
Okay.
Just like I was having a conversation this morning downstairs with the team, and I said, we should go beyond just ideas now and start commending results So you can have as many commitments as you like. Get many promises as you like until we see the results before we start to applaud you. Because these are very, very big ideas. You sign a investment deal with XYZ company, and then we have to now wait throughout the 40 years or 20 years or 10 years, and then people are going to ask, somebody I won't forget because they know we forget a lot. People now forget.
Who is we?
When I say we, Nigerians.
No. We don't forget a lot.
No. I'm not speaking we in the media.
Nigerians don't forget a lot.
You say?
We
Nigerians
don't.
Oh, we don't.
No, definitely we don't.
Just
we don't forget.
We remember when we want to remember.
Is implementation. Those charged with implementing things fail or drop the buck doesn't mean that we forget.
And okay, but no, what I mean forget, we forget to ask the questions. Let me give this example. Just yesterday, they just reminded us that we're going to do the second phase of the cement deal to give us power. Siemens deal had been so many. That was like first term of one.
But that particular Siemens deal that got into went to court, some people had to be jailed for it.
Yeah. Yes. But that's how far back. I'm saying how far back. So if you beginning of the last administration, which ran 8 years, and just started the second phase. Question would be like, okay, people have done your commitment. You signed your deals. We want to see results now. How long do we have to wait before the result starts to show? This is very, very big. Big move. Oh, they're going to bring in 40 products.
Okay, the products are ours. The product is, okay, let me not say ours. NASENI product.
Yeah.
And they are having this product out there already and getting partners out.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to ask this question. Why should we be looking for foreign partners to develop products that are developed here?
We don't know it.
Please.
We don't know it.
It's quite.
We've developed this product. NASENI is a research institute. It's a technology research institute. So why? I'm just curious. Why should we develop ideas and products and looking for foreign partners to come bring these prototypes to life?
Well,
are we not going to market it to them?
That's one. Do we have the infrastructure?
Yeah, no.
To go on a large scale, mass production.
Okay, hold on. This product that we are developing, what happens to it solving our own problem? We've developed a product based on a problem.
Yes.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and produce those particular products to start solving our problem?
That's what I'm saying. Do we have the
Does it meet international standard?
We still.
Whose standard?
No, let's forget about international standard.
Does it meet?
I'm saying.
That is what they've used in scamming us for a very long time.
I'm saying, do we have the infrastructure
to
build a large factories? Because these investors, that's where they come in, to bring in funds that will bring in large machines.
How much is our budget this year?
No, I'm getting somewhere.
How much is our budget this year?
Chooks, I'm getting somewhere. Till today, what we have is still assembly plants for cars. We are not
These are individual.
Yes, individuals. So and we know that when governments are in charge of certain things, there's a 50% chance it might work and might not. If it's private business, it's 100%. It will be scaled up and all that. So what I'm saying is, do we even have that in place, the infrastructure to build large factories, building machines?
Yes, we do.
To produce this.
Yes,
and how would that translate into an affordable market that can actually feed the market, the local market?
Okay.
Because developing it is one thing, making it affordable. Then also, how would the government protect the foreign investors or foreign whatever from dominating local manufacturers?
This is the question I was expecting that you come, the side that I was thinking you would come with first. These are Nigerian products.
Yes.
NASENI prototypes. Now you are taking this prototype and the patent and you are opening it up to foreign company. By the time they come in, do you think you can compete? You can't compete.
No. Okay, so perhaps it's a. I don't think anybody will want to do those kind of signing that would harm us, right? So
come again.
Like you said, you have the patent.
Somebody signed the Siemens deal.
I'll do the advocate.
When you say harm
us, what I say is
it's business.
I know. Off camera, we're saying, how come we always take our raw materials out, sell, trade with those ones, and then get back finished products? These 40 prototypes or ideas that they have, NASENI is a research institute, right? they have the ideas. Now they want to take these ideas and make it marketable.
Yes.
And commercialize it.
And commercialize it.
Now, they know they cannot do it themselves. They know.
Hold on. It's not NASENI's job to do that. But now the question I'm asking is, are there no private organizations, individuals that can get it done here in Nigeria?
Perhaps.
Okay. Even after Nigeria, in Africa.
Let me be optimistic.
Okay.
Right? Because you just said foreign investors will come. That is all we are pushing for. We have showed them that the opportunities are here. Come inside. But you see these 40 that we have.
Prototypes.
I see it as having to add value.
Okay.
Who do you add value to first?
Whoever it is that is investing
No,
to add value.
who do you add value to first? Where do you start solving a problem? Do you start solving a problem outside or in the house?
Look, at this point where we are, we
Okay.
just want foreign investors. I mean, what this has done is to show them that the opportunities are there for them to come and invest.
Come and invest.
Look, sometimes it is not always a race. It could be a marathon. Government is a continuum. The country is hopefully going to get to 100 years, 200 years. We are far behind. We know technologically, economically, we are far behind. Where we should have been if maybe we had people, I'm not saying governments, like I don't know why I always like, I'm not saying government, people who were thinking forward. And then they are planting trees now, not because they want to stay under the shade, but future generations to stay under the shade. I'm using metaphorically now. Perhaps some of the problems that we're trying to solve now, we wouldn't be facing them. What NASENI has done, which we applaud, is for them to see 40 opportunities for people to come and invest. What you are asking now is, why are the investors not here or from here?
Okay.
Let's leave that one first.
Okay.
Let us applaud that. We are even seeing 40
can
opportunities.
Can we come this way? Now we have Intel. Intel is struggling right now. We have NVIDIA.
Remember those guys.
We have NVIDIA. Now NVIDIA happens to be one of the, right now, in quote, chip makers that is supplying globally.
Yes.
Even China. And NVIDIA right now, US is using them to play politics with China. So if US and the company opened up for foreign investors into NVIDIA, do you think they will have that power they have right now?
We're going to get.
No.
I know. We ask.
Hold on. We can never get there until we start thinking nationalistically. Because if we keep opening our product, our intellectual property right, we will lose it. Because we cannot compete when these bigger players come into that particular space. Let's start solving our problem. NVIDIA started solving their own problem. They started reducing the chips they were getting from China. Then theirs got better. They now started supplying China. Right now, they are supplying China based on what the government is saying. Is it affecting the company? Yes, but they still have a leverage. But now we have this particular products that have been developed, 40 of them, in quote, and we are taking them out there for somebody outside to come and bring money and invest into them.
There's only 2 billion.
Well, there can be some policies and guidelines.
Gentlemen, where exactly is our sovereignty?
I think there can be some policies that, okay, these investors that are coming in, 50% of the workforce is Nigeria. The skills, Nigeria. Everything, 50% is Nigeria.
Okay.
Then the other 50 is yours.
Okay.
We can start from there.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Then when they are done looking at their particular prototype, yes, they will parley with you for 2 years. After 2 years, they will go back and start producing in their country.
Yeah, talking of China.
Perhaps what we would do is, if we can access the details of the deal that was signed, perhaps if we can access the details, we will now question perhaps what the decisions were and if they were not. Because if we stay and say, oh, it is a bad idea that we're getting these guys to come and take all 40, we don't necessarily know if any of them had a clause that would favor us. We don't know. We cannot sit here and say, oh, whatever nitty-gritty I and T that was dotted and crossed, right? We cannot say for sure. What we are going to stand is on the optimism that this will finalize and make, for example, one of is to give us more EVs, electronic vehicles,
yes.
Right? And alternative power, renewable powers and everything. let us be optimistic that these things are going to lead to future, because at the end of the day, they're going to create more jobs. We need more jobs. I have lots of people who are so dependent on certificate education. Right now, I see more technical power, because by the time you bring this, you're going to need people who are doing mining plants, people who are going to be adding value and everything. You're going to create a whole lot of value chain. If we restrict ourselves and say, oh no, we are only going to do nationalism, right? We may not grow at the pace that we ought to be.
Yeah, definitely we need help, but there are places where that help should come in.
We know.
Not from
that's why I said, because we have not seen the nitty-gritty details to the I's and the T's. We've not seen it. But from what we've been told from the report is it is ready. 40 is not beans, because if each one starts as a business, that's 40 businesses that can probably give you minimum of 100 jobs each. That's
Let's look at another example. Apple started at home.
Yeah,
that is a global phenomenon, right?
Yes.
Apple started at home. Then they went global, went to the market. Right now, companies that are not even American companies are producing Apple products.
Yes.
Based on a format that is started somewhere, and they have the full patent, no matter where it's produced.
Yes.
But now we have not even started production of this, and we are signing off for foreign production.
Well, if
at the end of the day, what right are we going to have? That's what
I know your fears.
Why are we not looking at Nigerian entrepreneurs, Nigerian businesses, African businesses coming together and getting this thing started before now go beyond that? I'm just open and asking these open questions. I think
I want to go with what Emmanuel said. If you can get the document to find out
if
these prototypes have been patented in Nigeria,
I doubt
it will guard against intellectual property theft.
Okay. Remember, there's a country called Beautiful China.
Yes.
So no matter what you patent, as long as they can, it's called reverse technology.
Yes, whatever America is producing, China is producing equally something similar, an alternative. So it's not just Nigeria. China is just these people that they love cloning anything if it's possible.
Okay. At least just like we heard last week that they were even having robots that have womb before.
Yes, artificial womb.
They'll clone anything.
They'll clone anything.
Now let's keep going. We look forward to having a beautiful products, not just manufacturing, but sectors that work. That is our prayer, and that is what we work towards. Okay, let's go to the story. Let's leave the central bank story and go to the one after the central bank story. We'll have a lot. Well, for those that are not aware, you should know by now, your Naira card, you can use it everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Unlike before.
So we're looking at the opportunity.
But there's a cap to it.
There's a caveat, really?
Yes, I think is it $500 or to $1,000?
Well, that is if you have money, congratulations. So now let's get to what's happening in Burkina Faso. The Burkina Faso's military government has ordered an immediate halt to target malaria. A Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation backed initiative releasing genetically modified mosquitoes to combat malaria and other insect-borne diseases. The project, which began field release in 2019 and carried out another round this month, was told to cease all activities, according to a government communique. Target malaria involves over 150 African and Western researchers and has aimed to reduce malaria, which killed more than 16,000 of the country's 8 million recorded cases in 2023. Authorities under Captain Ibrahim Traore has seized power in 2022, have increased scrutiny of foreign-funded NGOs, revoking 21 licenses. Earlier this year, civil society critics say the mosquito protect raises ethical and safety concerns, while officials have linked online disinformation campaigns to opposition against the initiative. Project representatives maintain they have complied with Burkina Faso's regulations since 2012 and are open to cooperating with government. Okay, this is where we are right now. There is a whole lot that meets the eye. Yes. Stories from both sides, science versus fiction. And reality on ground versus what are we going to call this now? Okay.
Skepticism.
Yes.
Because I think that's what it is. I'm sorry. I don't know. I used to think it was an African thing.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't say a Nigerian thing. Maybe it's because of where we have been or where we've been and then where we're coming from.
Yes.
They say you don't forget your past, right? It helps you to know where you're going.
You're going to.
I'm sorry, but perhaps have a bit of trust. I know it's hard.
Trust for?
I know it is hard.
Bill and Melinda.
Okay.
Because what Burkina Faso is doing
Okay.
with this is you see an opportunity to help you solve a problem,
Okay.
right? But you're still looking at it from, I'm not going to take handouts from the West,
Okay.
right? And I don't want any help from the West. So this your style, I don't want. This thing happened in Ghana. This thing that they're trying to bring to Burkina Faso and the president, the junta, there's a military government that is there. It's outright.
The president said,
He's not the president.
"Are you hello?"
He's a military.
Okay, the
Head
military
of state.
president. Okay, the head of state. What makes
He's not
you
the
happy?
president.
Okay.
Look, he's more nationalistic.
Okay.
Just like Chooks was always promoting. But you see, nationalism gives you sociology, right? Everybody gets everything equal and everybody. But in the long run, it stifles your growth. We'll see it. As a student
Let's talk about this malaria issue.
Yes. I know what I was. As a student of history and a bit of economics, I've seen countries where they've tried sociology, it did not work. In malaria, Africa is literally the highest on the continent of all the continents that has this scourge
called malaria. Yes.
Now they're giving you an alternative. When they rolled out that thing, I was like, it looks very weird. We didn't even know it was possible. But it is a way to help you to bring down malaria issues.
Okay.
Because it is a health crisis in Africa. You're spending so much money on a year.
Should it be a health crisis?
It's our weather. It is our tropics. It's the way we are in Africa.
Okay.
You cannot eliminate malaria outrightly because of the kind of.
I think you can.
And it can't. Okay.
Do you know?
Hold on. Just hold on.
Okay.
Breathe.
I'll breathe.
Okay. Now, coming from a whole lot of experiences from the Ebola, there are still a whole lot of stories that Ebola was created in the lab. Down to Pfizer that came to Kano State and other states in the north and used Nigerians as an experiment. Down to what's happening in the Congo. There are several African countries where a lot of biological weapons have been, and medications and trials have happened on African soil. Now put yourself in the shoes of this young president.
Okay. You seem to like this guy.
Well, not that I like him.
No, I mean Chooks.
No, I'm talking about
just African.
Not that I like him because his method of coming into power is questionable and unethical.
Yes.
But it seems to be, I wouldn't say nationalistic. It seems to be more Trump-like in the sense that he wants what's best for
Burkina Faso.
And he's trying all methods, all available methods. Now, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, I remember when they came out with this projection when we had COVID and they said they saw Nigeria and Africa, a burial ground.
Yeah, that were dying like flies.
But we proved them wrong. So sometimes when they roll out some of these handouts or thereabout projects, it's people because of our history with them, we tend to think that what are they actually after at the end of the day? There have been so many theories that they are trying to reduce human race.
That's why I said, what is it now?
So many theories, about the Bill and Melinda. But then again, it all boils down to malaria. How do we actually tackle malaria?
I hope you go to where my thoughts are. Keep going.
From my own little experience, when there are too many mosquitoes, look around your surroundings. Find out, are there waste, dustbins, and the rest of them? Those things breed mosquitoes. So if you're able to take away that, because I remember my younger brother, there's a gutter in front of his house. He has tried, and he lives on the second floor. Sometimes I wonder how mosquitoes fly down. They actually do. Second floor, and the gutter down breeds a lot of mosquitoes. He has tried so many, he fumigates every month. He has tried so many things. But it's in that gutter until it's sealed. So I think Traore is just trying to look for better means of solving the problem.
Yes.
Rather than depending on, it's all about dependence, foreign dependence. I think he is not up for it.
AIDS.
He doesn't.
I don't know when you say AIDS, so it's something like that.
Now, let's look at this.
Yes.
Have you considered the fact that over the years, the big pharma has told you that they are the solution to your problem?
Oh, yes. They control the economy.
Okay, good. So have you also thought that over the years that they've used people like Bill Gates,
yes,
who is also a member of that big pharma, to get nations to go on their knees?
I agree.
COVID is not far away. That's a typical example.
Yes, typical example.
Because he funded a lot of those research and those projects. And he's also a beneficiary of those research and those projects. And the world had to eat off his sperms. Now, let's come back to Africa. Do you think we have a malaria problem?
Yes.
Yeah,
we don't need to go far. Yes.
We have a malaria
major
problem.
crisis.
But do you think that that same malaria problem that we have, the solution is right there, but we refuse to see it because a big pharma has told you, look up to us, not up to you?
Well, yes, I can agree, because we need to do more of R&D, research and development.
What research and development
we need to?
Now, no, let's talk about malaria specifically.
Yes.
Now, hold on. Did malaria kill your grandparents? Your great-grandparents, or malaria killing
They
them?
lived in the village. Most of our ancestors lived in the village, and somehow
Was malaria killing them?
I don't know what.
they were more healthy.
No.
Healthier.
He was asking about whether I don't know what killed
Okay,
him.
now, dear Ima, over time,
Yes.
thanks to the development and what's it called? Petroleum.
Yeah.
They convinced us that synthetic drug was better than herbs and told us that herbs was alternative medicine because somebody discovered that they could get, what's it called, chemicals off crude oil and used for drugs. And over time, they marketed that and wiped a whole lot of people's brain dead. Then they came to Africa and did the same thing. Our ancestors had every treatment for malaria. Both the flying one and the biting one, and it was right there in front of us.
Yes.
But we've ignored it in place of somebody's manufactured product. We're down to the particular malaria medicine that they are giving us now came from here.
I agree. Okay, so
that the president is telling his people, hey, leave that thing.
Stop calling him president.
Go back.
He's a military organ.
Okay. So the ruler of Burkina Faso
Yes.
is telling his people, hey, let's slow down on this AIDS. Let's slow down on this research because we are not very sure what it's going to do to us in the next 4, 5, 10 years.
Zombies. I don't create zombies in Africa. Or human beings with 2 heads. I know it's
your name is there. But leave back, root, stem, everything kills malaria. Your artesunate is from here.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand.
I get
all these solutions are there. Why are we looking at that and looking at AIDS? Why? Because if you people are making a whole lot of money on AIDS,
let me tell you.
and we have refused to think.
Olu, if you don't know, he's a very, very good advocate of traditional medicine.
It's not.
Don't deny it now.
I'm not denying.
But the truth is. No, not just for him.
It's not about working for me. This is who we are.
I know that it works. I'm not going to deny it.
Okay.
I know that it works. If it doesn't work, you see those people that hawk those odd ones on their head, people will not patronize them.
Yeah.
Because people know it works.
The person hawking on the head is the last resort.
Look, they try to get those people off the streets. But you will still go. Do you know there are some ailments that you have to go to herbalists? I'm not talking about those, remove the notion, like herbal person, that you have to go there. That's where you get your solutions from. Yeah. I know. There's some that will tell you, fibroids that we're going to do surgery. I know what to give you, and it's going to be eliminated. Come out of the body. I know, I agree.
Our time on this is we have just 4 minutes, and we have headline news. For everybody out there, remember, solutions are not far away from you. For every ailment, the solution is not far away from you. That is the way this world was created. So, hey, let's look Africa in the face and stop depending on aid. It's not the solution. We are only being trapped. My name is Chooks, and it's been wonderful having you on SBL today. Remember, go to our social media handles and let's follow each other and continue this conversation. John Rogers Chooks is here, and Olumide.
Well, one of the things I like about this present administration is we are bringing out new policies. We are trying to see how we can better the economy. It's just implementation and making sure it runs smoothly. So we will continue as the fourth realm of the estate to talk about these things, poke holes, see what we can do better. And we'll continue. Join us again tomorrow on Souk Business Landscape. I am Olumide Shokoyan.
And of course, one of the things that we love to do here is to show you opportunities, how to create wealth, and of course, show you how much the economy can develop with what we have here, homegrown thoughts, homegrown ideas, and we'll put them together and see how we can make Nigeria, Africa, a better place for us that will put money in your pocket at the end of the day. I am Emmanuel Ambelo. Join us tomorrow for the SBL.
Take Nigeria because it's the mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, you know, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff?
Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souk Business Landscape.